Now to our exclusive report from Zimbabwe. Branding opposition leaders as Western stooges and accusing them of fomenting anarchy, Robert Mugabe celebrated the 27th anniversary of Zimbabwean independence today with an address to 30,000 cheering supporters in Harare. But it is a very different country to the one he took over power in 1980. Channel 4 News has obtained an interview from a human rights group in Namibia with a man who claims to be a former member of an alleged death squad, who claims he was forced to torture and kill the president's opponents. Viewers may find some of the following images and events depicted in Jonathan Miller's report disturbing.
May I begin by...
Not much to celebrate after 27 years, but Robert Mugabe's dwindling faithful gathered to cheer him today in the very stadium the Union Jack was lowered in, after what the president today described as a century of oppression. His detractors, of whom there are many, say he's the oppressor now. In his speech, though, he blamed everyone but himself for the suffering of his people.
I wish to applaud the resilience of our people, who have resisted the brazen attempts of our detractors, openly working in cahoots with their shameless local puppets to reverse the gains of our independence through the regime change agenda.
The president went on to warn he'd never hesitate to deal firmly with what he called those elements bent on fomenting anarchy and criminal activity. 27 years ago, the celebration had been genuine. There was hope and there was freedom after decades of defiant white minority rule, which ended in a 13-year bush war in which 30,000 died. Robert Mugabe, triumphant guerrilla leader, took the final salute of empire from a youthful Prince Charles, and he made a promise to his people.
I, Robert Gabriel Mugabe, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Zimbabwe and observe the laws of Zimbabwe. So help me God.
But comrade Robert Gabriel Mugabe broke his promise to his people. Today they run the streets in terror. Their leader had come to regard himself as above the very law he'd once swore he'd observe. State law enforcers have become his party's private militia, used to ruthlessly repress all opposition to his ruinous social and economic policies. These are the Green Bombers, graduates of Zimbabwe's National Youth Militia Training Scheme. The government says these young men are simply taught discipline and immersed in patriotic values. But the Green Bombers are widely accused of spearheading Robert Mugabe's campaign of political violence.
My name is Washington Mabada. I was born in 1985 on the 28th of February in Bulawayo.
This man was a Green Bomber. Even at the training school, he claims, he was forced to commit acts of brutality.
He put another handcuff on the other arm, on the other side of the bench. He also did the same to the one leg, but the other leg he left it like that. Like he just put out his trousers, he grabbed it, and the girl started screaming. He slept with her. He was the first to do that. Then Alexandra did the second thing, and I was the third one. At first, I don't lie to you. I did not hesitate or anything. I didn't know what I was doing. That was my first time to have smoked, and I didn't know anything. I just died as I was taught, up until my jombe beat me with a stick on my back and said it's enough.
Washington Madaba claims he was one of 4 Green Bombers forced to take drugs and then gang rape a female youth militia member.
At about 11 in the night, I felt like I knew now what I was doing, what happened to me. I woke up and I wanted to run away.
He did try to run away, but he was caught and publicly flogged, he says. He was told that another Green Bomber who tried to escape with him was beaten to death. Soon after this, though, he claims, he was hand-picked for special duties, working with Robert Mugabe's secret police inside party headquarters in Harare.
We got inside It was dark. It closed. He switched on the lights, and there were people there, 6 to 8 people.
He was instructed to torture these people, he says. He claims they were political prisoners.
We beat him, then he fell on the blood. We started beating him again. I was drunk. Then he just like passed out. He urinated, and he just passed out. Then he was bleeding in his ears and nose and somewhere in the mouth as well.
He went on to describe brutal torture, including genital mutilation by his instructor. It's too graphic even to listen to.
There was a lot of blood on that desk.
The tipping point for Washington Mugabe came with a secret mission that took his gang to the picturesque Lake Kariba, with a locked metal trunk inside the boot of the car they were given. Their instructions to dispose of it.
The moment he opened it up, I've never seen anything like that. You know, the man was there was old, maybe to be 45 to 60 years of age or so, and his tongue was cut. It was horrible.
Then you opened the trunk, you found him there.
Yeah, then.
Did you speak to this person?
He just said, may you help me. He was calling us sons. May you help me, sons. May you help me. But now, you know, it really touched me, and I said, no, you guys, I'm not going to do this.
Washington Mugabe later confirmed to Channel 4 News that despite his misgivings, he'd then helped fill the trunk with cement, with the man still inside, and had dropped it into the lake from a boat. This, he claimed, happened late last year. Last week, this article appeared in a Zimbabwean newspaper. Bodies encased in cement found in Lake Kariba. Washington Mugabe did finally manage to escape to Namibia and claims he's being hunted by Zimbabwean intelligence. We have been unable to independently verify his story, but in common with a human rights group and a prominent international organization, we believe it to be true. The brutality of the Mugabe regime has been plain to see and is already well documented, but such stomach-turning testimony of the death squad's activities is very rare. This, then, perhaps a more accurate picture of what's really going on inside Zimbabwe after 27 years of Robert Mugabe.
Jonathan Miller reporting when we come back.